Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this wonderful Wednesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life is good. Anyway, let's get right to it, man. You saw the thumbnail. It has to be easy. I take that back. It doesn't have to be, but it's certainly preferable that it's easy. All right? Anyway, haven't played a note. Let me honk, and we'll talk about making it easy. Anyway, no warm-up, ease above double C, and caress the baby. Now, guys, if we have been talking about anything lately, there's a theme going on here. We started, with the pop with Maurice and Frank Catarabic. Then we go to Johnny Madrid. And then we go to Jim Manley, comparing the two. Then we end up a couple days with Alan Vizzuti. Guys, out of those 5 trumpet players, what do we have in common? Well, we have a couple things in common, not one of which is their tones. Their tones are dramatically different. Still, we find a way to enjoy all of them. But one thing that is in common, guys, none of them are straining. It's easy to them. Absolutely easy. Guys, now I'm not saying within the compression and with the compression that builds up in your mouth and in your core and all that sort of stuff, it is without work. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it is easy on the chops. And each one of them, each one of those guys that I play plays with remarkably relaxed corners. Okay? Now there is a compression between the tongue and the 2 lips. It's not tension. There is no strain anywhere in the corners, and we're not overblowing. Now, we are not saying that the opposite can't be true. Stan Mark, Bill Chase, we can go right down the list. There's a lot of guys that got fantastic results, but they were working too hard. And each one of them looked like they were punched in the mouth. Our guys, Madrid, Manley, you can't see a mark on their chops anyway. Maurice, nothing. Okay? It has to be easy. Now, again, I can't say this enough. It is not that you're not working. Okay? But you are taking all the stress off the lips, which cannot take the punishment of the pressure and all that sort of stuff. And you are, through hyperradiation, turning that over to the stress on the other parts of the body, namely the tongue, the core, and whatnot, that can take the stress. And can take the stress very easily in many cases. Now, when it gets to a point where you can't compress anymore, then you have problems. Then you start to strain. And that is why I think it's so important that we take care of our health, fitness, and everything. Maynard, couldn't compress anymore. His belly was so protruding with God only knows what. Louis Armstrong couldn't compress anymore. Maurice couldn't compress anymore. Okay? Guys, but the chop part has to be easy. If you want consistency night after night after night, and if you want longevity. Now, I've told you this story before. Halfway through Jerry's stellar career, I'm going to say mid-40s to late 40s to early 50s. He was at the complete pinnacle, the complete and total pinnacle of the chop world. Armando Gatala, Maurice Andre, tight friends with Maynard, John Ware, Gerard Schwartz, Alan Rubin, Lou Soloff. Are you kidding me? I mean, these are his students. Okay? He was at the complete, but he knew at that time that he was not going to be able to put the energy forward and put the work in to get the job done. Back then we were overblowing. We were absolutely overblowing. And even though he was playing these incredible rips and things, everything, high notes, with very little arm pressure, he felt he was working too hard. Okay, and by the time he was 70, he didn't think he was going to be able to do that anymore. From that point on, every single thing that he changed, that he tweaked, that he pinched, that he tweaked, every single thing was to make it easier. To make it easier. That was the whole point. It has to be easy. I had the good fortune for many years working with some of the greatest dancers that ever lived. Okay? Ben Vereen, Maurice and Gregory Hines, Mercedes Ellington. Just the greatest. Guys, they stretched, they relaxed. They weren't trying to overpower anything. It was completely without strain. It has to be easy for what they do. If they're killing themselves, the grace, the beauty, everything is for naught. The same thing with athletes. Guys, it has to be easy, or night after night after night, like trumpet playing, you are not going to be able to jeep yourself up to get the extent. Guys, basketball is easy for LeBron James. Shooting the basketball is easy for Steph Curry. They're not. Now, they're working hard. There's no question, and they have to keep themselves in good shape, just like we do. But, guys, it has to be easy. And the easier you can make it, the less you have to depend on warm-up, crazy hours to practice. Just make it easy. There isn't a mark on my lip anywhere. Now, I don't play anymore, I told you. But there's no warm-up necessary. None. Why? It's easy. All right? All right. How do you make it easy? Relax the corners more than you ever have. Thicken the tongue more than you ever have, which will create a grip. Guys, just that much with my hand, I make more sound than 90% of the trumpet players. It doesn't project. Right? It doesn't project. Anybody wants to come in here and blow the brains out, my spit buzz will cut right through it. That's not working hard. That's hardly working at all. And little air. Barely sniff. All right? All right. It has to be easy. Love you all. Oh, by the way, Friday, Good Friday, and this weekend, might not get anything up. I might throw something up on Friday morning, but that is a special weekend in our family. And I used to try to get things up on Easter and all that sort of thing. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm definitely taking a weekend off, which I normally do, and Good Friday will probably be off as well. We'll see. All right? All right. Love you all, guys. Have a great one, and make it easy. Easier it is, the more fun you have.